Still on that, and Azimio leader Raila Odinga has slammed the international community over what he says is applying double standards in dealing with electoral fraud in Africa as compared to how they handle the same in their countries. In a recent exclusive interview with Mzansi Africa during his week-long tour of South Africa, Odinga said that a scenario similar to the split in Kenya's electoral body would not have been tolerated in Europe, yet the same countries want that swept under the carpet in Africa. He maintained that Ruto's installation as president was a civilian coup by the IEBC, further asking the Kenya Kwanza administration to resign and respect the will of the people.
I asked one of these diplomats in Kenya, I said, a situation we saw, the kind of circus we saw at IEBC, where 4 commissioners are saying no, 3 commissioners are saying yes, and then you still say that that result is valid. Would this happen in Europe? They told me no. In Europe it will not be accepted. In fact, that country would be suspended from being a member of EU. But I said, but in Africa, it is okay. It is not okay in Europe, but in Africa, you can apply different standards. I'm saying as a proud African that Africa should not be judged by different standards. If this thing is not acceptable in Europe, it should also not be acceptable in Africa. And therefore, I'm saying that the facts that are there shows that Mr. William Ruto did not win an election. He lost the elections. I won the elections. So he's there illegally as a president. And what we are going to demand is that Mr. Ruto should resign and let the Kenyans have their will. The areas which they say that people did not vote for me, like in central Kenya. But these results have shown that the people of central Kenya voted for me overwhelmingly. So I want to thank them for their patriotic duty. What happened is not the mistake. Their will was subverted by agents of impunity at Bomas of Kenya. Now I've said that the people of Kenya expressed their will through these elections. Those who are resident in the country voted for me overwhelmingly. Secondly, the Kenyans who live in diaspora, in the United States, in Europe, in Africa, particularly in Southern Africa, turned up and voted. And the diaspora vote, although it was not as huge as would have been expected, but it was majority in my favor. So I want to thank them for turning up and voting for me in those elections. I want to thank them very much, and I tell them that their vote did not go in vain. When we form a government, we will definitely work together with them.